Every story takes place on a world, sometimes in a galaxy far, far away, and in rare cases, an entire universe. That's definitely the case for me. Harry Potter has Hogwarts in the wizarding world. Star Wars spans hundreds of star systems in a galaxy far, far away, and Game of Thrones takes place in Westeros, which is modeled after medieval Great Britain, but has its own myths and legends. You wanna know what all of these stories have in common? They built their own universe. Worlds that grew far beyond the stories they began in. And there's no reason why you watching this can't build something just as great as they did. If you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself really quickly. I'm LDJ Writes, a fantasy and science fiction writer who has been building an interconnected universe of stories ever since I was 14 years old. And when I first started writing, I wasn't thinking about universes or galaxies or even worlds. I just wanted to tell a story, just one story. But the more I wrote and the better that I got, I realized just how big I could take this entire thing. I realized that the world I was building could be just as expressive and expansive as the characters within it. One book turned into a trilogy. That trilogy turned into multiple series. And multiple series eventually turned into a universe. And thus, the Eternal Keyverse was born. That's the name of my shared universe of books, and you can find a lot of videos about it on this channel. Nowadays, I think of every single one of my stories within my universe as a window into a larger history with an overarching goal. And the reason why I'm making this video is I feel like every creator should have their own universe. Whether you're a writer, a filmmaker, an artist, even if you make music, you should be creating your own universe. But since I'm a writer, I'm mostly going to be talking about this topic from a writer's point of view, but I'm sure it can be applied to multiple different creative forms. And my first main reason why you should be creating a universe for your stories is the longevity of it all. Creating your own universe allows you to let your creativity run wild. Look, you're not just writing one book here. You're laying the foundation for an infinite number of stories. You literally can write about whatever you want for as long as you want, and there's never going to be anyone telling you that you can't do it, except for yourself. Not only do you get to unleash your creativity in a world of your choosing, but shared universes also help keep readers engaged for the long run. If there are multiple books and series that tell one large overarching story with different plot lines and different characters, it's really easy for people to get invested in that. Growing up, I was a big Rick Riordan fan, and he started off writing the Percy Jackson series, which then turned into the Heroes of Olympus series, which then turned into the Kane Chronicles, which then turned into the Magnus Chase books, and then we got an Apollo spinoff. And now there's a Disney Plus TV show, and that all started from him telling a story to his kid at bedtime. And do you think Rick Riordan thought that childhood story would turn into what it is today? No, but he kept building on his world and he kept putting stories into his universe. Now Percy Jackson is one of the most recognizable names in fiction. And there's no reason why you and I can't do the same. In fact, that's what I'm actively working towards right now with my Eternal Keyverse. With a shared universe, each installation becomes a thread in a larger tapestry instead of one isolated piece of work. Now, if you're still not sold on this idea, I have another reason why you should be creating your own universe. Creating a shared universe adds weight to each and every one of your stories. Creating your own history, myths, and consequences can make your books feel way more alive than if they were just on their own. The world building that you'll eventually do for this universe can help shape themes and characters. And it won't just be a backdrop or a setting that you only visit once or twice. Each and every decision that you make in every installment into your universe will echo throughout all of the other ones, and they all will matter in the grand scheme of things. And now, if you're still not sold on why you should be creating your own universe, I have one more reason for you. And this is arguably the most important one. Your universe will become your signature. It'll become the thing that you're known for. When people hear your name, they're not just gonna see one book. They're gonna see an entire universe and library of stories that you've created. When people think of George Lucas, they don't just think of one book or one movie, they think of Star Wars as a whole. When people think of J.K. Rowling, they don't just think of the Sorcerer's Stone, they think of the entire wizarding world. And if you were able to create your own universe, people won't just think of the first book or the second book, they'll think of the entire thing they will think about the entire thing when your name gets brought up. And that's definitely what I'm chasing with the Eternal Keyverse. Your own universe also gives you the creative freedom to experiment across multiple genres and formats, and basically you can dive into whatever interest that you have. Say you start off as a fantasy writer but you want to start writing science fiction, or maybe you want to even do a hard pivot and start writing romance. If you have your own universe, you don't have to keep starting over with new characters and new concepts, or even if you do want to start over with new characters and concepts, you can put them all in the same universe and keep building on what you've been building this entire time. And last but not least, your universe is your creation, and it's all tied together by your imagination. No one else can make what you're making, and you can't make what everybody else is making. And that's the beauty of it all. You can put your own stamp on your world and keep building it as you keep growing. Now, I know the prospect of building your own universe of stories seems pretty daunting, and trust me, it's no easy feat, but also believe me when I tell you that it's definitely worth it in the long run. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I can tell you that it's definitely worth it. And if you guys want to know the trick to getting started, it's that you don't have to build everything all at once. You just need one story, one world, and you can let it all grow naturally. Now, if this video hasn't convinced you to create your own universe, I don't know what will. But on the off chance that it did, let me know down in the comments. If you've already been building your own universe like I know a lot of you are, tell me about it in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with a friend who you think might enjoy the video as well. I've been LDJ Writes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.